distinguished guests, fellow Rotarians, ladies and gentlemen. When Paul Harris started a service club of businessmen over 100 years ago, I'm not sure he ever imagined that his desire to make the world a better place through the collective efforts of everyday people would result in more than 34,000 clubs across almost every country in the world, with over 1.2 million members. Nor did I imagine 17 years ago, when I first got involved with Rotary, that today I would be standing here addressing you as inaugural District Governor of Rotary International District 9675, one which began in 1927 as District 65, led by Fred Burks from the Rotary Club of Sydney, my home club. It is indeed an honour and a privilege, and one that fills me with immense pride and determination to make the year ahead one that will set in motion actions to create a solid and sustainable future for one of Australia's largest districts. Our 70 clubs cover most of the Greater Sydney area, from the CBD and eastern suburbs to the inner west and southwestern metro areas, southwest to Camden and Picton in the Macarthur region, and south through Wollongong to Kiama in the Illawarra area. Had it not been for World War I, Rotary would probably have sunk roots in Australia long before it did. As early as 1914, Australian businessmen who visited the young Rotary clubs of the US and Canada had already coveted Rotary for their cities. One such man was Sir Henry Braddon, Managing Director of Dalgety, a major wool-broking company, who was the Australian Trade Commission in New York in 1919, and would become the first president of the Rotary Club of Sydney. The actual establishment of the two clubs in Australia, Melbourne and Sydney, took place in 1921, starting with a total of 77 members between them. And today in Australia, we have nearly 1,200 clubs and close to 33,000 members. While Rotary's reputation and the extraordinary impact of the work of Rotarians have achieved around the world is what we tend to focus on most occasions like this, I want to make the focus of this presentation about the future, and more specifically about the year ahead, how we engage more people and change more lives. As District Governor, I feel the best way I can contribute to setting a good foundation for the new district is to take a long-term view that will take us on a sustainable path into the future. An integral part of that vision is devising strategies and solutions on how we can make Rotary more relevant, and dare I say fashionable, to not only the younger generation, but today's senior and middle management entrepreneurs and business owners, who all function in a world that communicates and acts in a very different way to how Rotary operates. Bluntly, for Rotary to prosper into the future, we need to embrace the future. If we as an organisation do not bend with the winds of change, we will not survive, and that, to me, would be a tragedy beyond measure. With no disrespect to my fellow Rotarians, at 55 I consider myself young, and nothing makes me more frustrated because of the inaccuracy of having someone say to me, Rotary is a lunch for retirees. Volunteerism is definitely alive and well, and I believe that the desire to help others is an intrinsic aspect of human nature. But we live in a brave new digital world that is fast, busy and global. For some Rotarians, their comfort zone is embedded in the traditional ways of communicating and doing things, when the reality for many people is our busy day is no longer 9 to 5. We are contactable 24/7 wherever you are in the world. We need to act quickly to shake off our old-fashioned image and enthusiastically embrace innovation and change. To make Rotary contemporary, we need to change our thinking and our doing, because public perception, whether correct or incorrect, is a reality. For the people we would like to attract into our world, wonderful world of Rotary family, time is their most precious commodity, and there is often not enough to go around. So Rotary's challenge is to make what we have to offer as compelling and as easily accessible as possible. Rotary, like other service and non-for-profit organisations, is not alone in this challenge. Unlike commercial organisations with marketing budgets, developing brand awareness has been pretty low on our agenda. But in a world of social media and where peer recommendations and word of mouth are far more powerful than advertising, we must make it our mission to work on how we are perceived. We must position the benefits and the value of being a Rotarian in a way that speaks their language and actively promotes what we do, especially to the young people of today, our future leaders. We are in an organisation of volunteers who have such a wealth of knowledge, skill and expertise amongst our ranks. We need to start using that and operate our clubs and our projects like a business and be more commercial. When it comes to growing our membership, we must become salespeople and have an answer for every objection we might encounter. Well, the times have changed and we definitely live in a world more focused on what's in it for me. If I reflect on my first contact with Rotary, when I had a young family and was building my business, my initial response when approached to become a member was no, because I didn't have the time. And this was despite having already been exposed to what Rotary was all about through my father-in-law and an esteemed family friend whose style, ethics and character I still hold dear to my heart. I guess, if the truth be known, I became a member after several approaches because I didn't have the heart to say no anymore. As they say, persistence pays off. And I wouldn't be standing here today before you if I had any regrets. My time in Rotary has been and continues to be rewarding and enriching, both personally and professionally. When we are children, we are touched by the world in our own innocent ways. When I was a small boy, I was taught by my parents not to waste food, as there were many starving children in the world. When I was 5, my photo appeared on the front page of the Sun newspaper for wanting to give away my Christmas money to the Save the Children Fund. I had obviously been taught and learned from an early age the feeling and satisfaction of giving to others. If we connect the people we meet with those childhood memories, and we create a picture for them of how today, through Rotary, they can make the world a better place, then we have succeeded in our mission. Sell the what is in it for them, like the opportunity to expand the professional network and connect with business and community leaders around the world. And what will naturally follow is the realisation that giving their professional expertise and time is far more personally rewarding and just as valuable as signing a donation cheque. An example, we have conceived a plan to convert our district conference into a project that will support businesses and our communities and provide an experience that will change public perception. The conference will provide the public and Rotarians with access to low-cost, high-value, fast-paced content to help businesses prosper in the current challenging digital economy. While I love the fact that Rotary is a quiet achiever, there is a lot to be said about self-promotion. I believe if we blew our own trumpet more often and used our successes to paint a compelling picture that captures people's imagination, we would be turning members away at the door. This district has a track record of achievement that are enviable and reflect the commitment and efforts of our members to make the world a better place. Our district founded in its very early days the New South Wales Society for Crippled Children, the Police Citizens Youth Clubs. All of their names have since changed. I'd be all night here, if I began giving you a list of the many projects, both minor and major, that this district has instigated or supported financially, and through personal service over the years in the areas of literacy, education, aged welfare, medical, research, the homeless, disadvantaged, youth and disaster relief. But if you'd like to know more, you can always visit our new website. Rotary International's new grant system, Future Vision, that begins this year, is aligned with these areas, these key areas, and will keep our district and clubs to create a greater focus, impact through focusing our efforts on fewer projects that have a greater capacity to make a difference. Rotary is all about seeing a need within a community and taking a leadership role and acting upon those needs. Our district's legacy is founded in the earliest days of Rotary in Australia. It has become what is today through the hard work of past leaders of Rotary and members like you and me. We have grown not just by luck, but by sheer hard work by everyone involved. To build on this hard work and not let it go to waste, we must acknowledge our past successes to understand our strengths and what we are truly capable of achieving moving forward. As one of the two host districts for the 2014 Rotary International Convention, we have the opportunity to showcase to Rotarians from all corners of the globe what the new face of Rotary in Australia can look like. One that is forging a new way of engaging members, the corporate world and community. While my plans and desires are ambitious, I know change will not take place overnight. But I'm confident that together with the district leadership team, the efforts we've invested in preparation will garner the support and confidence of every club in the district to get excited about what we can do collectively to achieve in the year ahead. The district will be there to support and guide every club to achieve the goals of your presidents that they have laid down for the year. In setting the agenda for my governorship, I asked myself, what would Rotary look like in 10 years from now? And how the next generation of leaders will collaborate, communicate and interact with each other, the community and potentially Rotary. And I must say, it scared me. The urban myth that Rotary is all about old men and women having lunch may in fact become true without an injection of new blood and new vision. These are exciting times, and the opportunity to learn from the youth of today and harness their knowledge to help us shape how we deliver our message is, I believe, the key to our success. As one of the oldest service organisations in the world, with so much to offer, we owe it to Paul Harris and the many people who need our help to keep his vision alive. The brand essence of Rotary is perfect just as it is. It is relevant today as it was 100 years ago. It's just the way we communicate that essence that needs to be refreshed to meet consumers' perceptions in the 21st century. So instead of hanging on to the old, I'm challenging you all to embrace the new and inject an injection of energy that has the potential to generate. To join Rotary is a vote to balance the inequity that still exists in our society and reminds us that while we worry about the first world problems, so many people still live in disadvantage, both at home and overseas. Every Rotarian in every club has a valuable contribution to make, from sharing your pride and passion for Rotary with your family, your friends, your work associates, to promoting our projects. Your efforts are truly appreciated. Even more so, I appreciate that for many of us, many of you missing the British Lions versus Wallabies match tonight was a huge sacrifice. I'm sure that if Sir Henry Braddon, who played rugby for both Australia and New Zealand, were here tonight, he'd applaud your dedication. To the district leadership team, I thank you for your support, enthusiasm in helping me make this vision reality. And to my family, my wife Robin, and sons Joshua and Sam, who are here tonight, I thank you for your loving support that allows me to engage Rotary and change lives. But let me leave you with one quote from Henry Ford, who was profound in his view on new ventures. Coming together is the beginning. Keeping together is progress. Working together is success. Thank you and enjoy the rest of the evening.